Hi, friends. Apologies for the delay. At a moment of a technical difficulty. We'll wait a few moments and then we'll begin. Hi, Pam. Hi, John. Hi, Pauline. Hi, Brad. Hi, Lemira. Oh, I'm so grateful to be together. Hi, Millie. Hi, Terry. Hi, Tracy. Mm. Hi, ET. How's everything? How's our sound? How is our visual? Everything coming through clearly? Hi, Beth. Hi, Lee. Hi, Josephine. Okay, great. I see, Pam, things are a little out of sync for you. Must be your connection, unless everyone's having that experience. It looks like everyone else is saying things are looking good. So it might just be your Wi Fi, my dear. Okay, thanks for clarifying, Pauline. Okay. Um, Hi, Lana. Hi, John. Okay, great. Lee shared, I had a delay, jumped out and in, and it's better. So maybe if you leave the session and come back, it'll clear that up, Pam. Thank you. Okay. Um, uh, Welcome. I'm so grateful to be together. My name is Selena Lael, and we are going to dive right in with the box breathing technique, also known as the four-sided breath. This breathing technique is one of my favorite techniques to really come back to center, focus. This technique is fantastic for reducing stress and anxiety, for enhancing clarity and focus. It can even help with chronic pain as it reduces tension in the body. It has so many benefits. If possible, I invite you to find a comfortable seated position. And of course, if that's not available to you, you're welcome to take this practice lying down or however you need. You can be walking, of course, if you're taking some time for a walking meditation today. Let's roll the shoulders up and down a few times, up, back, and down a few times. And then we'll relax them down. Allow a slight space between the teeth, maybe the lips as well, so the jaw can soften. Feel the small muscles around the eyes and the mouth, maybe even the forehead beginning to soften. The lower body becomes heavier, sinking down. And at the same time, maybe you feel the crown of the head lengthening the spine up toward the sky. Let's take a full breath in together and a complete breath out. Oh. Do this a couple more times as I explain this technique. The reason we call it four-sided or box breathing is because we take the same counts of breath or pause for each aspect of this technique. So we'll inhale for approximately 4 counts, pause for approximately 4, exhale for approximately 4, and then pause again for approximately 4 counts. Now, of course, if when we get to the pause and the holding of the breath, that doesn't work for you for any reason, you can shorten this part of the practice or take it out altogether if you feel like that's what you need for your body. Let's take a full breath in together again. Exhale completely. If you wish, close the eyes or just have the gaze relaxed looking down. And now we'll inhale through the nose if possible for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause and hold the breath. 3, 2, 1. And exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. We pause. 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4. Pause and hold the breath. Relax the shoulders. Exhale through the nose if possible. Again, hold the breath. Face is relaxed. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Continue breathing in this way, counting in your mind. The body is relaxed. Release any efforting in the breath. Find a rhythm here with this four-sided breath that gives you an opportunity to settle and maybe to relax a little more. If the mind is wandering, that's okay. Gently guide it back to counting the breath. A few more rounds of breath like this. After your next exhalation, return to a natural breath. Notice what has shifted inside. Inhale deeply, exhale completely. Slowly begin to move the fingers, the toes. Gently move the body in any way that feels nourishing as you bring awareness back to the body, back to this moment. When you feel ready, slowly open the eyes. Thank you. Hmm. How does that feel? Hmm. Hi, Bob. So glad you came back. Hmm. I feel definitely more settled. So thank you. Hi, Susan. Emily shares so peaceful. Susan, soothing. Lamira, so calming. Mind feels free. Shannon, hi, Shannon. Very peaceful. Jacob, I'm struggling with a lot lately, so this was very helpful. I'm so glad you're here, Jacob. So glad you're here. Thank you for being here. Tia shares, I love how you do this with your eyes closed. I've been feeling into that with my teaching. Beautiful. John, relaxed, aware. Tracy, tender, stillness, connected, peaceful. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Mm. Okay, let's take a nap now. Well, a couple things to share. One, next Wednesday, we have a treat. One of my dearest friends and incredible teachers, therapists, human beings, Jivan Das. You can find him here on the Insight Timer app as well. We are having a live here on Insight Timer. And it's really, well, first of all, just to share, Jivan Das is a licensed clinical psychotherapist. He's a teen expert, a struggling teen expert. He's written a best selling book, Who You Are is How You Parent. He's also a monk, fully living in the world. And although he's a struggling teen expert, he's so well versed in human connection and communication, healing, repair from conflict. So, next week, our focus is really about how do we repair when there's been a rupture or some kind of conflict, and how do we more deeply understand what it is that is behind conflict or behind breakdowns in our relationship. So, it's going to be a fantastic live next week. I really invite you to come, invite your friends and your family. Again, it's next week during our regular time. So, Wednesday, the 22nd of April at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Eastern Standard Time. Yes. Mm, coming back to your comments. Pauline shares, I'm currently experiencing strong relapse from my eating disorder. This practice gave me some space to push off from here again. I'm so glad to hear, my love. So glad it's giving you some space. And I just hold you. I hold you in what you're navigating. And I love you. And I thank you for your vulnerability. You're not alone. And I know you know you're not alone. I'm so grateful that we're here together. And of course, if you need any support, please feel free to reach out and we'll help find you support. Yes. Great. Hi, Jessica. Beautiful. And here's a lot of love coming through for you, Pauline. Tracy shared holding you just where you are. Lamira shares Pauline holding space and hoping you find your strength again. Yeah. And Jacob got some love coming through for you also. Tracy's sending you love. Yes, Emily's asking if I can please share the name of our guest teacher next week in the chat so you can check him out. I just shared it in the chat. Hopefully you can see it. Sometimes I know the chat doesn't come through for everyone. Jivan Das. Yes, it's in the chat. Yes, you're very welcome. Hi, Emily. Ah, beautiful. TS shares conflict resolution is such a powerful path to closeness, love. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's of course serves us in our external relationships and also our internal relationship because how we are in our relationships with others is how we are with ourselves. Tracy shares love Jivan so much. Me too. Yes, Pauline, my dear. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, beautiful, TS. Beautiful. So here we are together. What would you like to share today? Yes, he is your birthday twin, Tracy. Two of my beloveds born on the same day. What a treat. What would you like to share? Hmm. Anyone feeling this really big energy that's moving today? It might feel like anxiety or stirring or agitation. Something big is moving through. Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to see you. So, so happy to see you. I'm looking at all your bobbing, beautiful profile pictures. Feel free to share in the chat. Just say hello, even if you feel like you don't want to say anything else. Would love to just hear from you, feel you for a moment, if you wish. Let's see, coming back to your, oh, great. Tracy said, I just purchased his book. Awesome. Yes, Tia shares season of integration, all of it, right? Season of crumbling, dismantling, dissolving, integration. Coming back to your comments. Shannon shared anxiety over what's going on right now. Yeah, my love. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here. Hmm. I'm scrolling back to your comments because each time a new comment comes in, the whole thread disappears. So I've got to find my way back to where we were. Yes, I'm seeing others are feeling the intensity. Yes. Ah, Emily shares, yes, unsettled today. I don't understand it. And I would love to invite that we don't need to understand. There can be so many reasons. It could be the collective, it can be the intensity of what's happening in the physical atmosphere, it can be energetic cycles, it can be so many different things. It can be our own bodies, what we ate, how much sleep we had. There is so much as to why we can feel what we feel. So, although there can be value in understanding things sometimes, I really love this teaching and this practice of feel the feelings and let go of the story. Yes, sometimes the story really serves us in our process. And I find personally, which means it may not be for everyone, that more often than not, the story is not the greatest thing of service to me, but it's being able to sit with the pain, sit with the discomfort, and allow myself to be with it as it moves through my system. My papa, my wonderful, wonderful, wonderful papa, Jonas Magrum, who's a teacher here on the app, he is the one who first taught this to me when I was very young. And I would say it's maybe based on Byron Katie's teachings. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm trying to think of, I mean, essentially, it definitely has some element of that. But yeah, to really feel, and many of us, we could go into a whole session on this. I'll just briefly touch on it. Many of us, including myself, much of my life, have had this experience of, yeah, Selena, but I'm feeling, and I just keep feeling more pain and it doesn't go away. Sometimes I find that's just the cycle of what's going through our systems. Sometimes, though, when we think we're sitting with the pain, we're actually resisting it. Sometimes, when we think we're sitting with pain, we're actually resisting it. And we're kind of caught in the suffering of the resistance. So the technique that I find that really helps here with this teaching of feel the feelings and dropping the story is to feel the body, to feel the body. Okay, I don't know what I feel. It's terribly painful or uncomfortable, whatever it is. Where do I feel it? Oh, I feel it here in my throat, or I feel it here in my chest, or I feel it in my belly, wherever it is. And then I notice those physical sensations. Okay, it feels like tension, it feels like tightness, or it feels like burning, or it feels like squeezing, whatever it is. And rather than going into the story about why I think I'm having this experience, I bring my attention to that sensation, the tightness, the heaviness, the burning, the gripping, whatever it is. And I imagine, I feel like I'm breathing into those sensations. It's like rather than resisting what is, I'm welcoming it. With each breath, just one breath at a time, I'm allowing that pain and discomfort to be there. And you may be trying it with me right now as I am explaining it. I'm feeling the sensation in the body. And by way of feeling it without going into my thoughts about it, I'm staying present with myself. And I'm feeling that discomfort. Again, I don't have to know what it is. I just feel it. Oh, it's heavy. It's dark. It's light. Whatever it is, and I'm breathing into it. And the more that I breathe into it, the more that I allow it to be there without fighting it or trying to change it, it transforms on its own. Thank you. Also, my beloved mama is a teacher here on the app as well. My greatest first gurus, Sandy Magrum and Jonas Magrum. Okay, coming back to your comments. Hi, Maria. Maria says, "Hi, Selena. Long time. Could you please guide us on how to disregard all the atrocities that is going on in the world and return back to love and awareness of other beings, please?" Oh, yes, my love. Let's touch on that for a moment. Let's first not try to get away from anything. If we're feeling pain inside, maybe for a moment, let's try not to get away from it. Let's try not to think our way out of it with gratitude or positivity. Maybe we just allow ourselves to be with it for a moment. And then there's a distinction here because we are all connected. It doesn't matter if we agree with someone politically or even morally or religious beliefs. It doesn't matter if we agree with any of them. We're all connected, all of us. We are all part of the same oneness. I could say many, many things on this, but because your question, I hear you asking, how do we return to love? For me, I use the practice of compassion because what is happening in the world is happening. It is happening. So, how can I return to love in the midst of it? I can practice compassion for others. I can serve in my local community, offer seva, selfless service, whether that's volunteering someplace or offering kindness to someone. I can find the ways that I can support things that are happening in other places in the world. Maybe that is through donating or calling my government representatives or in some way offering myself as a volunteer. How can I be love in action? One of my daily prayers is, how may I serve? How may I serve? How may I serve? So we could ask this question. If you find that you're in a mental loop of the atrocities happening in the world, if you find that you're just scrolling on social media or watching news broadcasts someplace about horrible thing after horrible thing after horrible thing, and you're just feeling revenge and grief and rage and terror, maybe for a moment you practice switching your attention. How may I serve? How may I serve? And that doesn't always have to be something that is external. Sometimes being of service is where you're placing your thoughts, how you're being in your heart, what you're feeding with your mind, your energy. Thank you for asking. Thank you for being. There's no easy answer. Well, that's not true. That's not true. Anything is possible. There could be some easy answer for something. So I guess the question we could ask ourselves is, what do I choose? What do I choose? Because in every moment we have a choice, and we could consider there's no right or wrong way. What do I choose? And that could be on any level. What do I choose to put my attention on? How do I choose to behave? What do I choose to create with each precious breath that I have, knowing that the next moment is not guaranteed? What am I choosing? Okay, coming back to your comments. Yes, Lee shared a bit of a tense time, to be honest. Absolutely. Understatement for me. Yes. Bob shared last Thursday was so difficult. The loneliness was so great. I played your video, which held me. Oh, I'm so glad, my love. I'm so glad. So glad. You are so held and so loved, and I'm so glad you're here. And keep exploring qigong and different ways to be in your body and in community. Allow that innate wisdom to serve you. Hi, Johnny. Oh, great. Lamira said, oh, your comments just disappeared. Lamira shared, I found Insight Timer 3 weeks ago and it's life changing. There is an energy. And then speaking to what I said, there is an energy, a little anxiety, but hopeful. Beautiful. I'm so glad you're here. So glad. Yes, Jody, I'm so happy to be together. Yes, yes, yes. Hi, Vishuddha. Vishuddha shares, looking to be guided by a self love practice by you today. Hi, beloved. We started with box breathing today to really settle the nervous system. Is it Lana or Lena? Lana? I have a really dear friend who spells her name the same way. And she always has, she's trained us over the years. Lana like banana. Shares anticipating difficult conversation with my boss today. Ah, yes, I believe in you. What are you choosing to think before you go into it? I'll share a quick little mm, technique that I love to use. I remember I was going into a conversation with my ex, and historically, all of our conversations that were challenging were really bad. There was always a fight that would come out of it. Even if I had the best of intentions, conflict would arise. And I learned this technique. And so before I was going over to meet him and have this conversation, I started to use it and I said, "Thank you for showing me how peaceful this conversation can be. Thank you for showing me how harmonious this conversation can be. Thank you for showing me how filled with ease this conversation can be. Thank you for showing me how pleasantly surprised I am that this conversation is so peaceful." And I just kept saying this and saying this and saying this. And I was blown away. It was the first time we had that kind of a conversation. There was no argument. There was no heightened, intense emotion. We got through it harmoniously. So I just love this technique so much. Thank you for showing me. And then what it is, thank you for showing me if it's this challenging conversation with your boss, thank you for showing me how peaceful this conversation is today with my boss. Thank you for showing me how confident I feel. Thank you for showing me how strong and full of self love I am. Thank you for showing me how we reach a resolution with ease and grace. Thanks for sharing. Wishing you all the best in that conversation. Okay, coming back to your comments. Hmm. I see TS shared. I just learned something from your presence as a teacher. Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you. I'm so glad. That's what it's all about for me. Presence, the being together, the being together, just as we are. Mm. Hi, Miles. I know I'm on the late bus with your comments. We got to go through them one by one. Mm. Pauline, you are always welcome to ask me a question. John shares, I have been backsliding so many ways. Need to restart and get moving again. Spring in Michigan, flowers out. Unfortunately, allergies also kicking in. Oh, sorry, love. Yeah, and I hear you. I hear you about getting back on track. The way I hear that is like getting back in integrity with yourself, whatever that looks like. So blessings to you as I know that you can do anything that you wish to for yourself, for your life. Mhm. Susan shared grace to ourselves and each other in this moment. Beautiful, Susan. John's asking how my beloved parents are. Been anxiously awaiting for the live sessions with them. Have they been not on in a while again? How are they? They are well, and I'm so thrilled because they're coming to visit me in a couple of weeks. Maybe we'll do a live all together. That would be sweet. Yes, Theory shares acceptance is key. Yes, yes, yes. Jody Ann shares, John, I saw that Sandy posted, a date for events. Okay, great. Great, great, great. Mm. TS shows love in action, like relationships. I love that. Yeah, beautiful. Lemira shares, an act of service can be as simple as offering a smile to someone. Exactly, exactly. And many of you have heard me share this fabulous teaching that my mom brought me into when I was young. I remember one time I was feeling really depressed and I was talking to my mom. And she said, honey, if you're feeling this way, just go to the store. I don't know if I was depressed or sad or whatever it was, but she said, just go to the grocery store and smile at a stranger. Just go out, come out of wherever you are and just smile at a stranger. That's it. Something so simple. Mm. Yeah, Theory shares giving your neighbors a smile, a kind word, a wave to a stranger, not watching the news, just asking news in 3 or 4 days to someone I trust. Staying tuned into world affairs, but not constantly feeding the mind with the fear-based media. Yeah. Thank you, Tracy. For anyone who doesn't know Tracy, Tracy is an incredible teacher and beautiful being and one of my dear friends and a teacher here on the Insight Timer app, Tracy McCree. And Tracy shared here. Uh, where was your share? Oh, thank you for embodying love in action. And I would say the same to you, my love. Thank you. Yeah, beautiful. Hi, Anastasia. Greetings, dear Selena. Oh, and all the beautiful souls here. Since you've mentioned serving others and volunteering, I want to ask if you have any community recommendations who are in need in Hawaii. I'm coming. Um, I'm coming next month for. Sorry, your comments keep disappearing. I'm coming next month for a couple of months and wish to visit Mindful Community. Do save us somewhere. Oh, beautiful, love. I would say especially with everything that's happened with the floods, I would just check locally. You could even just Google. I'm not really sure the best way to find out about volunteering, but I know there are so many ways to volunteer right now with everything that happened in Hawaii with the floods. So I would just look into that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Of course, Bob. Of course. Sandy shares, walking out in the Tucson, Arizona blossoming desert. Nature always heals. Mm, comment disappeared. Spending time with the birds and the creatures is grounding. The desert birds are serenading me this blessed morning. My guru said, crazy people are already in their own hell. Give out love and compassion to my inner circle. Beautiful. And I would even offer, give out love to the people who are not in your inner circle. Give love to everyone. Okay, I'm going to look it up. Oh, I don't have my phone. I wanted to get the exact quote because I quote it often and I always paraphrase it or don't say it correctly, but it's that beautiful quote that says, how do you alchemize a soulless world? By treating, oh gosh, here I go again. Can someone pull it up if you know what I'm talking about, please? By treating by something like by seeing the sacred in everyone and treating them as if they're sacred until the sacred in them remembers. So rather than pitting us against each other, or you're bad and you're good, or you're wrong and you're right, how do we heal this planet? It isn't by cutting off parts of ourselves. If you are me and I am you, but I reject you, I'm rejecting a part of myself. I'm rejecting life. It doesn't mean I have to be in relationship with everyone. It doesn't mean I need to agree with everyone. It doesn't mean I need to condone people's behavior, but to understand that peace will not come, at least I don't believe peace will come from cutting something off or pushing something away that creates more division inside of me. That judgment of you're wrong and I'm right lives in me. I create that division in me. How can I extend my love and compassion to the people that I have the hardest time accepting? How can I extend love and compassion to the people who seem the most evil on this planet? And for some of us, we're just not there, and that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Sometimes I'm not there. Sometimes I feel so much rage or grief. Sometimes I even feel that moment of vengeance or rising up in me. And then I recognize what I'm doing to myself and the world. And so I shift it. It's okay, wherever you're at. I believe, though, that love heals. And I believe, and remember, when I say I believe, doesn't mean it's true. But I like to believe that peace on this planet comes from peace within. And we have millennia of teachers from different traditions sharing this with us, that the war outside resolves when the war inside resolves. What does that mean? Where am I at war inside of myself? How am I contributing to the energy of war on the planet? And maybe it's something so subtle, so sneaky, ways that I judge myself or reject myself or feel not good enough or better than. How am I feeding that in me? How can I be an embodiment of love to serve all? How can I be an embodiment of peace to serve all? How can I be an embodiment of forgiveness to serve? I love you. I love you so. And I know so many are hurting right now. So many even here today in our call. Can you welcome that hurt? Can you just welcome it? Take a breath into it And just allow yourself to feel, to be human. It's okay. It's okay. Hmm. Mm. Bob shares, in challenging situations, I recite the green Tara I've found that has helped me. Beautiful. Beautiful. I was just chanting a Tara mantra last night or this morning. It just started coming in my consciousness. Beautiful. Camilla shares, oh my goodness, I love the thank you practice. It has helped me so much. The thank you for showing me practice for anyone who's not referencing what Camilla is sharing. Awesome, Millie. Belated happy birthday, my darling. Let's see here. TS is asking, is your thank you practice written anywhere, like a post or an article? I do not have it written someplace, and I don't remember where I learned it. I don't remember, my dear. Ah, okay, coming back. Let's see if we can get through these comments before we complete today. Okay, Pauline's question is, so my question is, how do you presence your energy? What are your routines of inner practice and of connection with others? Oh, preserve. Okay. How do you preserve your energy? What are your routines of inner practice of connection with others? Really great question. Really great question. And I really do have um, ways of being that I've developed over the years that I feel have really served me. Okay, we might complete with this. We'll see if we get to one more comment after. This is a really great question, Pauline. And as always, my friends, just because I share something doesn't mean that it's true. I also don't feel that anyone needs to believe what I believe or you need to agree with me. Of course, if I share something that feels like it serves, take that. If something doesn't serve, leave it. Yes, we're just here exploring together. So, when I met my beloved Guruji Saima when I was 18, the first teaching that I really remember learning and taking on was don't gossip. Gossip is poison. Do not gossip. And you can imagine, even for a very spiritually developed 18-year-old, I was an 18-year-old. And gossip is just like a cultural thing for many of us. So it was the first teaching I really took on. I don't gossip. I haven't gossiped in decades. I never gossip. Sure, there are times where I speak about someone constructively, but I never gossip, ever, 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 ever. So that's one thing. That in itself is a very powerful tool in terms of preserving energy and being in right relationship. Another thing is being authentic. Who was I speaking with about this yesterday? To be so authentic, I remember. To be so authentic in my relating with other people. I was speaking with a dear one yesterday, and we were talking about, what happens if you're in a conversation with someone and there's small talk. They're like, oh, how's so and so? How's your job? How's the weather? And they were expressing how the small talk just like, ugh, it just really rubs them the wrong way. It's really challenging for them. And so I invited, be authentic. You bring the authenticity to the conversation. You bring the depth to the conversation. And if someone can't meet you there, then you have the choice to not be part of that conversation or find a graceful way to exit. So, authenticity. Be in integrity with yourself. This is one of the biggest parts about preserving your own energy, maybe the biggest. Be in integrity with you. Honor you. You are the one who upholds your boundaries. You are the one who says, this is for me, this is not for me. This is what serves me, this is what doesn't serve me. It is your responsibility to uphold your boundaries, not other people's to know what they are. It's your responsibility. So be in integrity with yourself, respect yourself. If someone asks you to do something and you don't want to, honor that. If someone wants to have a conversation with you about something that you don't want to speak about, honor that. If you go out with friends and they're doing something you don't want to participate in, whether it's a conversation or an activity or drinking or doing drugs, whatever it is, honor that. Be in integrity with you. This is it. Be in integrity with you. Respect you. Honor you. Hold your dignity in your relationship with yourself, this highest of you. You are magnificent. You are the light. You are a master. You are in the embodiment of God, of source, of oneness. If you remembered who you are, I would imagine that you would fall at your own feet in reverence and love. If you remembered who you were, you would fall at your own feet. So be true to you. And I don't have many active relationships the way that I did when I was younger, meaning I really choose who I spend my time with. Does it feel uplifting to be around this person? Do I feel expanded? Do I feel supported? Do I feel seen? Do I feel that they allow me to be with them and show up for them? What kind of relationships do I want? How do I want to feel in my relationships? And then choose those relationships. And although it can be a journey, meaning it's not overnight, to no longer participate in relationships that are not serving you anymore, that don't feel in alignment with you anymore. Be true to you. So I could go on and on and on there. Really great question. Thanks for asking, love. Is that helpful? Does that answer the question for you? Coming back to some comments while we see if Pauline answers. Okay, great, Pauline. Let's see here. Trying to find my way back to the last comment. I love that. Jody Ann shared. Unfortunately, my neighbors don't. Oh, disappeared. Unfortunately, my neighbors don't smile or wave back, but instead of getting upset, I realized that they needed my smile and my positive energy, and I keep on smiling. Beautiful. That's it. Be the beacon of love that you are. Every one of us is an embodiment of love. Shine your light. Be that love. Release expectation of it being returned. Be like the sun. What is that beautiful Hafez poem about? Um, Look at the, oh gosh, I'm not remembering these wonderful things I want to share today. It's the one about the sun and the moon and how, like, look how, basically, like, look how generous that love is to just keep giving and giving and giving. Ah, yeah. Thank you, ET. Yeah. The sun never says you owe me. Look at what happens with a love like that or something. So be the sun. Be the sun. Oh, thanks. Miro shared the other quote. The way you alchemize a soulless world into a sacred world is by, oh, come on, is by, ugh, is by treating everyone as if they are sacred until the sacred in them remembers. Thanks, Miro. Yes, that's it. That's it. Mm, mm. Thank you, everyone. Jeff, I'm so glad you made it today. So glad. Yes, Kieran, the sun treats everyone the same way, whether they're considered the most evil or the most righteous. The sun shines. What is that song? Oh gosh, here I go trying to quote something again that I'll probably butcher. Um, it's a Sanatam Kaur song. It might be like a Sikh prayer, but it's a children's version too. Something basically like the sun shines bright on everyone. Yeah. Yeah. Ah, all right, my dearest. Thank you for today. Thank you for you. Thank you for us. Oh, thank you so much for your donations. Thank you. So, we'll be together again next week, Wednesday, April 22nd at 12 p.m. Eastern Time with our beloved guest, Jivan Das. We're going to have a beautiful, rich time together, diving in, speaking about repairing relationships after breakdowns and conflict. Mhm. And of course, if you're ever looking for little loving reminders, Insight Timer and I both post on Instagram if you're looking for those little snippets of love hits. And Insight Timer is finally releasing the video content. So I invite you to go check out the videos that are being uploaded. Right now, everything I've uploaded for the most part is um, recordings from our live sessions here, like meditation snippets from our lives, and I'll be uploading some fresh content as well. Oh, and of course, if you're interested in Costa Rica, our retreat in Costa Rica is happening February 6th through 13th, 2027, and we only have 6 spots left. So if you are feeling called to be together for a week in jungle paradise, in loving community, moving our bodies, breathing, going inside, meditating, enjoying being together, enjoying solo quiet time. It's going to be exquisite. Feel free to send me a private message if you have any questions. Right now, there are 5 spaces in the shared dorm room, beautiful ocean and jungle views, and also a single room option available. Yeah. Oh, Tracy shared a retreat with Selena has changed my life. Oh, and Jessica shared, can't wait for Costa Rica. Yes. Oh, and Tracy's saying Bali is still open. So technically, I think we might have 1 or 2 spaces available for Bali. So we're going to be together in Bali for a week next month in May. And if a spot isn't available physically at the retreat center, there are amazing accommodations nearby. So that's what some are choosing to stay off site and then come join for all of the incredible time together and exquisite meals and pool time and playtime and all of it. Yes, 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 yes. All right, my beloveds. You can find more about my retreats here on Insight Timer or DM me if you have any questions. Thank you again for being here. Thank you for your love, your donations, your presence, your oh, hi Lori. Yeah, Lori shares. I agree. Selena's retreats are amazing. I miss you, Lori. Um, yeah, thank you for being. Thank you for being what makes this community so beautiful. Grateful. I love you. I love you so. And we'll be together again very soon. Have a beautiful rest of your day, your night, wherever you are on this magnificent planet. Let us be the embodiments of love we are so that it ripples out to the whole world.